course, as usual, there'll be a part 2 because I end up hitting the stop button on there. So there's those washers. I got the entire intake manifold. And I think that's all that's in this bin. But you can see the condition of the main things that need replacing are these, the fuel pump, assembly, etc. This one's in really good shape. This is a 198-hour ski. Very likely selling this gauge cluster to a buddy. This may or may not be there at the time of the posting of this ad. Got the fuel injector rail with the injectors and the camshafts and cover. Let me pause this and go to box 2. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Got the oil cooler. No, I don't know what this is, to be honest. I can't think of the part name, but it's in really good shape. Super clean. Let's see, we got the rear boarding steps, these big ass hoses. If anybody's missing one of those for some reason, which would be strange. What we got here? This is, I think this is all part of the steering assembly. Yeah, maybe it's the reverse lever assembly, or whatever. You guys will recognize it when you see it. Battery box cover. You got the standard. There you go. Standard stuff. This goes down inside of your oil pan. We got these hoses, of course. Every hose and all this other garbage in here, whatever. It's all good shape. It's just it's all freshwater stuff. So really good exhaust. It's actually very clean, relatively speaking. We got this section of the muffler exhaust here. All surfaces will be in great shape. This goes on the outside of the supercharger. And what is this big thing down here? I can't quite orient myself to what's going on. Oh, that's the entire steering column here. Steering nozzle. We've got this back end in case yours is all busted up or something like that. The muffler exit. This is a, I can't remember if this is the nose. I think this is the nose. The nose section here. I don't think this goes on the rear. I think it's up in the nose. We got the dipstick is in great shape. It's not loose down here on this tack weld, has the O-ring. We got all the plastics, so we got all the corner pieces, left and right corner pieces for the rear. Hoses and reverse levers, and looks like there's that rear water muffler exit section. You got your throttle cables with throttle levers and a couple other odds and ends parts. Like I said, if there's the speedometer with the cable. If you need it, I very likely got it. If it's the small parts, I do not have much of the motor left. I'll show those in this video, what I've got left. Bottom box number 3. Let's see, this number 3. Got this hose, a little bit compressed, but it'll take its shape back and stuff. It's just from being in this box underneath everything. Got a couple of oil pans. One of these would be from an Ultra 250X. The other one would be from a 15F. Let's see. Reverse lever. This is from the 250. Really good intake. Great. Front plastics for inside the hood. Another battery box. I'm not sure if that other one was even from a 250 now I think about it. This one's from the 250X. So the other one is from a 12F or a 15F. Probably a 15F. That's all they really have worked on. I can think of. Sponsons are in good shape. They just need to be heat treated. with a heat gun, and they will turn black and shiny again. We got all these hoses, brackets. I'm not even sure what those are. Here's more front plastics. I think this might be one of those rubber boots that goes around the oil. Excuse me, the fuel fill. Looks like that is the air box, maybe. I think that's the air box down there. Part of the steering column shroud, I would believe. We got motor mounts. Should have stuff like the fuel hose. You know what? I don't think I do have the fuel hose. I had a rupture in a fuel hose. I think I salvaged that one out of here, so don't plan on that being this box. Foam for the steering column, and hopefully if you see something in there you can identify it and tell me. Box number 3, bottom right corner, top left, top right corner, something like that, because I ain't digging through there anymore. It's hotter than hell up in this attic. What else we got here before we leave the attic? Got the, let's see, it's got minor scuffs in one place. Some bearings on there. Minor scuffs on maybe one of the journals. So since this is a more expensive part, I would definitely take this out and give you a better video. When I say minor scuffs, I'm saying on these rod surfaces, there may be some spots where there's some very minor scuffing. Like this rod bearing here. Whoop, hang on. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's an actual bearing that's on there still. Hang on. And disregard. I think this one's an anchor. This oil area here, this is trash, so this would have to be welded. So in my opinion, it's a trash crank. However, the flywheel looks good. Looks actually very, very good. And then this would be a 15F pump. This is not, as far as I'm aware, this is not the upgraded pump in the nose cone. This is a KH1 JTT 50 Alpha, made in Japan. It's in excellent condition as far as not being saltwater corroded. The nipples for the water inlets intake is in excellent shape. The vanes are perfect, but the prop is trash. This one cavitated in a 15F. Took in too much debris. So anyway, the shaft is excellent. Everything rotated perfectly. It's just it just had cavitation everywhere. So this is it's a good wear ring. Just needs to be repropped. And I will not sell stuff like this separately. Just not interested in shipping stuff like that. It's not worth my time. Let's see, everything looks excellent inside there, like I said, except for that prop. That's a core at best for a core exchange. There we go. And here's that Ultra 310 fuel pump. Stuff that I was telling you about. This is for a project many years ago. And so we got the whole fuel pump and all the inner workings. Didn't end up doing that project. And then this is I think they call it the through hull exhaust kit. So it's all still sealed up. Made this thing. AH&E. Something, I'm not sure which. This is a Riva. So a Riva through hull exhaust mod. For the, if I remember correctly, it's for the 310. It might be the same. I imagine it's the same. Maybe for the 300 and 250, but very likely the 300 anyway. And then back there, last but not least, we have more of the front nose inside plastics there on top, middle frame. We got the reverse bucket, another exhaust manifold of the a black rubber insert for under the hood nose, I think, or something. The ride plate, the entire plastic assembly for the rear grab handle seating area, the secondary water box back there, center frame way back, think that is it for Kawasaki for me. Actually, I forgot there is some more Kawasaki stuff with the small parts bins. So I believe this timing chain is going to be gone. I know I have more timing chains in this garage somewhere. I can't remember which one of these boxes it's in right now, but I think this will be gone. But ask and I'll let you know. This should be gone as well, but I do have that other one off that 250 up there in the attic. One of these is probably going to be gone. They're the exact same. They're perfect shape. We got some 250X pistons. I would suspect that these are all 250X. We got the oil pump with the sensor, all in excellent shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 pistons in here. So one of these, oh, I got more than that. So it's got wrist pins. Got another, let's see. It's been mostly cleaned out, but it needs further cleaning. Surfaces look good. Plate surfaces look typical, but looks like they'll seal up fine. Got the engine hoist, bracket hardware, stuff like that, some sensors in there. These are 15F parts. There's some shims in there, various shims. If you need a few, I might go through the effort of labeling and classifying. But, I mean, I don't want to be sending, you know, $5 shim in an envelope. Maybe, you know, since these are downstairs, maybe I will. So let me know what you need, and I'll tell you what I got here, I guess. Some more 12F, 15F parts. Should be all the same. Some O-rings. These are all 2009 15F springs. Let's see, we got a oil pump. I think I said oil pump upstairs earlier. It's an oil cooler upstairs. Another, oh geez, timing chain tensioner. Some various bearings that look really good if somebody needs them. Oh, there's my other timing chain there. This little plastic bip, you try to remember where that thing came from. Get some thrust washers. Should have both halves in there. Bottom half of a, can't tell what letter that is, either an I or it could be a J. Nothing real meaningful there. Let's see, got this fuel sock and some more washers. That's about it in there. And actually, that other chain that was inside there is actually the oil pump chain. And next, coming over here, last few pieces. We've got, let's see, I do have this Ultra 250. Let me pull this out. So this is Ultra 250 top end. Let's see if I can identify what the flaw is here. Let's see. That should clean up, clean up, clean up. Here's the major flaw. This is where the rod busted here. So you've got this ding, which isn't bad in itself. It does protrude up on this surface, and it does squish this hole. So you would need to either weld or drill this hole and do your own rethread, and then have this milled off. So I'll sell this really cheap if somebody needs a project like this, needs a piece like that. The top surface is in really good shape. Everything else is in great shape on there. But yeah, I'll sell that cheap. So you'd be paying for my time and the shipping cost on that one versus me just scrapping it. On the cylinders, this is from the 250X also. Here's the rod that let go. So there you go. There's the dimensions of that chip that's knocked out of there. That is 13 centimeters from the bottom edge here to there. This one's, of course, much less. Inside of the cylinders are just in excellent shape. So this is the flaw in here, is this ding and this ding. Show show the actual cylinder hole. So I personally, I'm looking at here and I see the distance that that piston travels. That piston stops below the surface of here. I mean, you can see the travel on all these, and this is nowhere near there. So I don't see, I did hone this hole a little bit just to clean everything up. That's why you can't see the travel distance on this one. But I mean, this is a full inch easily. So I just measured it out, and the travel on the bottom here, it stops at a little over 1 inch from the bottom surface here. This is 1/2 of an inch of penetration of chomp there. So if somebody wants to put this back in service, if I was building one, I would run it on my personal ski. I would not sell this, build a motor and sell this myself. Just a conscience thing. So anyway, that is what it is. And if you want it, I'll sell it pretty damn reasonable price compared to a lot of that stuff that's out there right now. And then here's a 2009 Kawasaki 15F head. So let's see, this one is brackish water. It had almost no signs of corrosion in the hull itself, but it did, you know, it was showing a little bit. So this one needs to be, you know, washed thoroughly, soap and water, but you can see the condition of inside of everything. So we'll need just a light cleaning, actually, wire brush type stuff through there. A lot of settling of different stuff inside here, so give it a good cleaning. It does have all the what do you call them, the valve guides, the rubber valve guide portions there. However, oops, let's try some of these sides first. So we're looking good through here, just, you know, carbon and some other stuff. All right. Surfaces are all flat. Mating surfaces look ungouged. You know, looks like it'll seal up very well. Let's see what else. I would do a valve job, of course. You'll be putting your own valves in. You know, got some surface rust right there. It almost wipes off with a finger. But anyway, you definitely want to clean these up. It does have this busted valve guide right there. I've heard, I do not know this, but that you can actually grind those things off anyway so they don't protrude. So you're not going to get full length support on that valve guide, but it might just be possible just to knock that other piece on the upper left corner there away, and then Dremel that whole thing smooth, or just have another valve guide inserted, better yet, and be done with it and not have to even second guess it. So there's that one. And then lastly, this is a 2013 15F. This one dropped a valve, so I believe it had a couple light nicks on the bottom surface and 2 bent valves. Well, by the looks of it, it was these 2 right here on the exhaust side 4-cylinder, I guess. Let's see what else I can show you on there. Okay. Let's see the condition of the water inlet. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is the reason I didn't put it back into service right away. It's got a light scratch. Come on, focus. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. So it's got this scratch right here that needs to be, oops, it needs to be dremeled a little bit smoother. Looks like it did not touch any of the valve itself. So this is fine right here. What else? Okay, it looks like there's up inside this valve, looks like there's a, so there you go, you can see it now right up in there. Indentation, that's probably where the broken valve guide pushed against. So I would say re-weld this inside of this hole, fill that in, and have them fill this and then and then smooth it out, maybe deck this one. So this is usable, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money to get it remilled. Certainly a good core exchange for sure. You would need to throw in 2 more valves here. I might even have 2 more sitting around somewhere that I can throw in there. All right, and one last scan around here, see if there's any more random 250 and 15F parts here. FX, VX and FX pistons. That's what I was actually looking for today and forgot where I had them. Let's see. Nah, I don't see anything else, so that pretty much concludes it, I believe. If you see anything that you need, let me know. And if it's worth me boxing up, I'll send it out. It's coming from Houston, Texas, 77041, Jersey Village area. And this is my garage shop.